So the previous vlog was a little bit of a short one. It was under 5 minutes, but yeah, then so even though I finally got my headphones, it turns out I ordered the wrong model, but at this point I don't care. It works pretty much the same. It has good audio quality, so I'm just gonna live with it. The old ones, it connected directly to the Xbox, but these ones, you have to connect the USB receiver to the back of the Xbox, and then it works the exact same. So don't know how I actually ordered the wrong ones, but at this point I'll just take any headphones I can get. But yeah, then previous vlog is done, so time to start working on this, and hopefully I can record a little bit more. I was a bit busy last week and stuff like that, so I couldn't really do or record much, so that's why it's super short. Still making progress with all of the archive pages. These are the ones done. And I still have a whole bunch more left to go. But yeah, then time to get to work on some of these guys. Just for those who don't know, a great website related to Bricklink is v4ei.com. It's not HTTPS, so it'll probably get a warning if you try to go there. But it's a website that has a whole bunch of comics based off of Bricklink. And so yeah, you can just see all sorts of different comics that they have for everything dating back to 2019 and stuff like that. And it's pretty funny. So if you ever have a weekend where you don't know what to do, this could be good fun. So just had someone I know message, and we're talking about him being interested in a whole bunch of 1x light bluish gray and dark bluish gray bricks, potentially the 2x as well. Still waiting for a response on that. So might end up having to adjust some things a little bit, because I have on my Chit Chats account, I've got some credits that I haven't used because I'm waiting for shipping supplies, and so I'm gonna zero out my Chit Chats account balance when I pick them up, just so I don't have to make a random trip there. And so then, since I'm ordering supplies soon, I said to the one guy that I can give him free shipping, because otherwise this stuff's doing nothing. I don't think you can refund it. Well, you might be able to through customer service, I don't know. But then I am I'm offering him free shipping. So then he wanted a whole bunch of these bricks, which works perfectly, because in order to exactly zero out the account, just so that it's more peace of mind, then I would need to add to the account. So what I would first do is, I've got like $20 or so in credits on there. So since there's a lot of bricks, it'll be over $20. So I just need to make sure it's a lot, so that it goes over like, I think it's a $10 minimum for adding credits or something. And then with that, I can just add exactly down to the penny how much I need to get the label, so that I can completely zero out the account. He gets bricks for a good price with free shipping. I get a nice order. It'll work out for all parties involved. So might be moving all of the 1x bricks to higher up on the list. So then we've got 180-liter thing there, and I'm not sure if it's this one here. No, I don't think so. Might be the one underneath, or yeah, or this one up here. No, this isn't it. I don't think. No, that's modified. So then I think it's that one and that one are all 1x bricks. So probably going to be moving those up, and might get to those soon. And then also I should probably look through this Duplo stuff, just get it out of the way, and the backlog is shrinking. So let's take a look inside of these containers that I thought they had Duplo, but I guess I'm slightly wrong on that. Just see kind of what's inside of them. Some of these wheel things, another minifigure case. I think that's a chrome part from a Power Miner set. I think it's real Lego. Yeah, I can see Lego stuff inside. A whole bunch of boat hulls. Oh, he was looking for some masonry bricks. This would be good for him then. The guy who's buying a whole bunch of this stuff. Then old road piece. A whole bunch of more boats and stuff. Some rock parts. This thing's worth a couple bucks, I think. This here's some old Rock Raiders. Another one of those gold things. More boats. Just a lot of real random stuff mixed in here. 2 wings and everything like that. And then in the bottom one, I think this one is Duplo. Let's check though. Yeah, this one here's all sorts of random vintage Duplo stuff that might be rare. Some of it might be expensive. I don't know. This stuff I'll have to just check each part individually, because I can't say I've seen that part too many times. And this one, and it's an old brown Duplo, and rock part, palm trees, elephant, and stuff like that. So some of this stuff might have some value. But anything I don't list will just go upstairs then. So yeah, I'll try to look through some of that stuff, but then moved everything around, and now we've only got 2 stacks left over here, plus a whole bunch of stuff on the counter. So yeah, then also offered these things. So if he doesn't take them, I'm probably gonna just donate them to the local thrift store, because these, or maybe throw them all up an auction on eBay, because these things are an absolute pain to ship on their own. It's one thing if I send all of them in one package, but if I were to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10 separate orders for these, if they were all to sell on their own, I'd honestly probably, I'd be tempted. I wouldn't actually do it, but I'd be tempted to just cancel the orders outright, because these things, to ship just one of these things is just, you'll need a large box that needs heavy modification, and if you do it wrong, it'll break in shipping and all that fun stuff. And they sell for like $10 a piece, give or take a little bit less, but which isn't bad on their own, but when all things considered, it's just not fun. Also, because they need bigger box and stuff like that, you'll usually lose out on shipping and all that fun stuff. So these things here, I just really don't like. These ones are a little bit more bearable. These ones are nice and fine. These ones can actually be shipped letter mail. Technically, these ones can be shipped letter mail in Canada. The one guy I know does that, but I don't trust it. So yeah, lots of stuff to work on and everything, but see how much can get done. But then actually thinking about it for a minute, this stuff might actually be good for an auction on eBay. I might not even take much of it out, just like check and add dimensions and weights and stuff like that to Bricklink, and then maybe list a few of the smaller parts. I mean, that looks pretty cool and stuff. But then for anything that's not a small part, then I might just end up throwing it on eBay, because that might actually work and stuff like that. So definitely some interesting stuff to think about for that. But yeah, I guess I should get to work. But then before that, let's actually take a look at here. Here's some more of this Duplo stuff I set aside the other day. I'll just set that in here for now. Then let's see what's in this box here. I kind of remember, but I kind of don't, for all of this stuff. So the top one's just a whole bunch of bricks. I should probably move this over, because otherwise we're gonna forget about these. There's a whole bunch more 1x bricks that need to be added to the pile, because there's like 160 liters already of them. And there might be more, probably is more. And then there's 2 more of these things here, which I just listed. I got a decent amount of the classic space stuff, but then in here it's just like the different space things, more of those transparent neon orange garage door things. But then let's lift out this top container that's in the container and take a look at the container underneath. Put that over there. So in the container underneath, we got a whole bunch of bars and hoses and fun stuff there. Some of that stuff has some good value, so I'll have to see going through that. This one here is complete minus the minifigures, I think. So there's just that one there. See what I have to do about that. Then let's see. We got old instruction manual for Harry Potter. Then just bags of stuff. This is like the definition of stuff. Is that a mask? No, I think that's just armor. Might be a mask though, not sure, from Bionicle. But then the rest of it's just generic parts. Most of it probably won't get listed individually. Probably sold by the pound on eBay whenever I get around to that. Just a random box and sticker sheet. Oh, this is a classic rocket. I don't think it's the valuable one though. But still, that one might, no, that's not the part I was thinking. But just some interesting parts in here. Nothing crazy or anything like that. I think that's from an old Batman set, although it's not looking too nice. Might be able to wash that off though, but it's electronic things, so might not work out too well. And so yeah, just lots of generic items in here. Oh, that's a nice window shield. That's like $5. Plants parts. I think I found one of these somewhere else as well, inside of some of these containers here, so I'll put that there. Not sure if there's anything too crazy in here, but lots of just interesting stuff in here to go through. So, and apparently it's covered in glitter at the bottom. But yeah, time to get to work, I guess. Also, can't forget your complimentary hockey card, 2016-17 O-Pee-Chee Platinum. Pee-Chee Platinum's a lot nicer than the generic O-Pee-Chee, at least I find, but seems to be dented and stuff like that. It's a rainbow parallel as well, so it's a bit unfortunate that it's damaged, but I'll just set it here for now, and then get to work, I guess. So I was just looking at this part right here, and as you can see, a lot of it just kind of goes together. And this is from the Duplo line from the 90s. And as you can see, it's quite rare. This one, none for sale, none sold. This one, a few for sale, none sold. This one, only 2 for sale, none sold. This one, none for sale, none sold. This one, none for sale, none sold. That's a different one. But yeah, then that line has a couple of different ones. Some of the newer ones, 2008, will have more, but from the original one from the 90s, they're just relatively rare. So interesting to find that. I'll look, see if the parts themselves have much value, because even though the sets are rare, the parts probably aren't too rare. So I'll have to decide what to do based off of that, see if I find anything good. Yogurt time. So then I didn't win the one auction that I was looking at, but that's fine because there's just a typical 5.5 pound one. And although true that it did have a quarter of it was Star Wars, there was also, and a quarter of it, and there's a part of an elastic over here for some reason, or something. Actually, that's a leaf, I think. There's a weird amount of leaves down here. Or is that cardboard? No, that's just cardboard. I don't know what that is. But yeah, then I didn't win it because although it was a quarter Star Wars, it was also had a quarter of it being superheroes. A quarter of it was Friends, which is really dense because a lot of the hair pieces are really heavy rubber, so that isn't usually as good. And then also a quarter of it was Harry Potter, which, I mean, besides a few exceptions, is usually practically worth less than city minifigures. It's like your average Harry Potter minifigure on Bricklink will go for like less than $2 Canadian compared to your average city minifigure from a modern set. You can usually get like $3-ish for if you wait a couple of weeks or months. So yeah, it's like usually just really not worth it. And in addition to that, 2 of the superheroes minifigs were big figs, which weigh a lot. And then also there was a huge brick built, I think it was the 3-headed dog from Harry Potter. So that one was also super heavy, and there's like the modern one that wasn't worth as much or something. So all of that taken into account. Normally I pay like $8.50 plus tax and shipping for 5 pounds, and my max bid on this one was $9.50 only because it has some Star Wars. But then it went for like $9.70 or $9.80, and so I didn't win that. But I'm not too worried because it wasn't really that crazy of a auction. But then today, before get started, because I have the list now for all of the parts, so I was able to work it into several different ones, but this here is the list of parts that I need to try to locate. So for example, for the 1x bricks, I need all of these ones here, 2x these are these ones, and so on. So yeah, lots of stuff to figure out for that. But before I get started on that, I am going to finish with the Duplo real quick. I do want to get this stuff all done so that I can then figure out where I can go and set up an auction for eBay, because it'll probably be, I don't think today I'll be able to get any of the stuff found for the things for all the 2x or 1x bricks or anything like that. But then I do think as soon as that's done, I do want to just try and make this whole place a little bit better, for lack of better words, with how it's all organized and stuff like that, because there's just stuff everywhere, no rhyme or reason. Like, we got a piano board on top of the stove because that's where we thought we might be able to put a towel to dry Lego easier, but then that never panned out, so we've just got a literal piano backboard or top board or something just sitting on the counter, which is really weird. And then we got a whole bunch of just boxes everywhere on the counter, because the thing is, I need a space that I can set up easily and access for photographing large amounts of stuff for eBay, because once I have all of the dimensions and stuff like that taken from this, I found a couple somewhat valuable parts, such as like the elephants are like $5-6 and stuff like that. But I'll probably just end up putting all of it in one auction on eBay, so I'll need a whole bunch of space in order to photograph that. And then also, if I photograph more stuff in the future for eBay that requires more room from all this stuff, then I'll just need counter space. So I'll probably try to clear that out because there's a bit of light from that light there, which might help and stuff like that. So we'll figure that all out. And also there's like a microwave in the corner there that you can kind of see. And so it's just a lot of really random stuff here. But then I'm first going to try to get through all of this. And I didn't even realize there's a figure in here. And then see what all of this is. I might list some of these depending on their value. I think this here is probably under 2 centimeters, or right about that mark. And there's a Dora in here. I wonder if that one has dimensions or not. I think that's Lego. I don't see any markings, but probably is Lego, because there's the one bridge thing in here was Lego as well. But then I'll try to just get as much as I can from this stuff. But then, yeah, I'll need to create a whole bunch of room for all that. Then I also need to focus on archiving the last of the stuff, because I've been slowly working on that, but not fast enough, because at the current rate I will not have it done by the 15th, so I need to pick that up a little bit. So yeah, lots to do today. So I'll first try to get all the Duplo done and then see what's next. Then I might also try to finally finish with all of the Galador stuff, because I never finished with all that. I still got a couple containers here and there, and these are also the numbered ones, like box 214, which is missing from over there, so that'll help if I can get that stuff done, and just try to get some of the bulkier things out of the way for all of this stuff here. But yeah, lots of work. Might have a nice deal soon, perhaps. We'll have to see. I guess I'll keep it updated on what happens with this. So next up, I was working on this Duplo elephant, but as you can see, it already has dimensions based off of that size. I'm gonna guess Axidae. No, bricks that stick. Okay, so but then have this elephant here, and it won't pick up perfectly, but that one's easy to see on the camera. It's damaged and it's just overall poor condition, even though you probably can't see it too well. But what I was meaning with that is, for example, you have this elephant right here, and as you can see, it's got an actual part number for it, and then it has the note for its part numbers, and then that you can't find out what they are unless you disassemble it destructively. And this one here, you can't see any part numbers either. So since this one doesn't have a part number, and also this one's in poor condition, and it's not worth much, I'm going to, how did they word that so nicely? Destructively disassemble it to see if I can find the part number. So with some help, was able to get it opened up, and now we can see on the inside, it's part 6502 and part 6503. So just out of curiosity, I highly doubt those part numbers are used for anything else, but let's just check. 6502, nope. And 6503, nope. So what about 6501? No. Yeah, then that's how you can see how it's connected. There's just some pins that were connecting it there. Same with here. This one did not get removed. And then I think this here is kind of connected like that a little bit as well. Interesting. Although looks like there would have been a pin here, but there was none, and I'm pretty sure we didn't lose any, but who knows? Actually, no, I don't know. Maybe the pin's stuck in the one side or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's separated, so going to request that change now, and was able to get something fun out of this. But yeah, then it's also funny to think that besides the people who originally made this, and maybe a couple others in the past who have also done something similar on purpose or by accident, we're some of the very first people to ever learn that the part number for these two dinosaurs here is 6503 and 6502, and it's just weird to know that it's just not something that was really known before, but now it'll be cataloged forever. So I just made the request, so yeah, both of these didn't have it, and so copying what someone did for that. Old numbers, new numbers, all of the information that the admins need, so if all goes well, that will be approved, but this guy has now served his purpose, and is needed no more, and can go to the local energy plant now. But at least it has all of its stuff done, and I was just thinking how hopefully these ones already have it, but let's see here. I think some of the stuff was from somewhat similar ones, so let's just check here, because I know that these lines are in some of these. I know that they're probably here somewhere. That is not it. I think this is a lion, but just in case it's something else, I'm not typing it in, at least for now, but I'm not seeing it in any of these images. So, wait, was that it? No, that was different, but that'll confirm if there's a lion, at least, probably. At least I think. Yes, no. Yeah, lion. Okay, so right here, and yeah, then, oh wait, no, it's on the paw. Okay, so then lion Duplo. And of course I spelled that wrong. Lion Duplo. Let's see here. Is that it? That looks like it. Okay, so yeah, this one here already has its part number, so thankfully don't need to crack this one open, and Axiday added dimensions for it. So yeah, then I'll just have to see if anything else, and I'll also check for the animals I have in here just to make sure they have numbers, and if not, then I'll do the same thing for them. But yeah, then hopefully most of the others do, but we'll see. But I'd say it's a good trade-off to sacrifice one copy of a part in order to get some data that would probably never be found otherwise. Just in case you couldn't tell, I really like data. It's like my favorite thing almost, and so then it's a small price to pay, I'd say. The part numbers from the first one are approved. So yeah, then here are the other candidates up. This one here, I can see the number for this thing and this thing, but this one might have a different number, so might do some disassembly for that. Although, is that the part from the Dora the Explorer set? It might be. Let's see here. On this thing, no, it's not, so I'm not too worried about that, because I do actually have pretty much all the parts for the one Dora the Explorer set, although as you can see, it's not like it's in the best condition, but I might just do an auction on eBay for that as a separate one from the rest of it. But then yeah, then see what it is for some of these guys, and still have a few more to go to figure out, but slowly making progress. Only this stuff left, and then can work on these guys, that taking them apart and stuff. So just got the second catalog request post done. And just for those who don't know, catalog requests are for if you can't do it via the normal change request form, which is somewhere, let me get it back. Catalog change request. Yeah, if you can't do it via this form, and like on this form, you can't add alternate numbers. You can change the number up there, but you can't. Oh wait, no, that's just for entering the part number to change. Yeah, you can change the part number, but you can't add alternates. So stuff like that has to be done via the forms. And then also if you have images that you need to include, you can't do that with this. And I'm just trying to find my tab back, but I guess I closed it. So for stuff like that, and I clicked on the wrong one. So then if you have stuff like that, you have to do it via this. And so since these ones are alternate numbers and has an image, it's done via the form instead of the normal one. So yeah, just the alternate numbers for some wheels, and then the steering wheel and the spinny base thing there. So that's done. So now these ones here are the ones up that going to be looking at. I think this one and this one are worth like $6 or $7 each, but besides that, I'm not sure about these two. I never really checked, but like these here are like 60 cents each, so it's not really anything expensive. This thing's like $2-3. This tractor is, let's see here, green, $1.80, and this thing's like $10, but it's worth it to see what the part number is, I guess. And then this one here is a couple bucks, but yeah, then these ones we'll be taking apart to try to see if they have any other numbers, and yeah, the rest of it is all done, so it's just this, and then I'm done with the Duplo for now. So that's where they get the two-headed dragons from. Well, finally finished with these things, but it took a lot longer than I was expecting. It's already 9:30, so I definitely can't get the 9 p.m. auction up now. So, yeah, then going to just get this stuff done and then see how many orders I can pull. Thankfully, it's nothing too crazy for pulling the orders, and I'm exhausted, so I can't do that now. But definitely interesting, and I think we were able to salvage every number, despite how some of them are just a little bit destroyed. The number on this pig is almost impossible to read. It's in an incredibly difficult spot, and you can't really even see it here, but you can kind of see it there just a little bit. And that's the best image I was able to take, except I can't tell for the life of me if that is a 1 or if that is a 7. Because it doesn't really seem like it's that easy to tell apart. You can easily tell that's a 6, 6, 8, And then is that a 7 or is that a 1? And then also have this image of it, which kind of looks like a 7 a little bit, but it could also be a 1 perhaps. So what I might just quickly do is get the hacksaw and cut off the top of the legs here, and then try to have it so that it's a little bit better of an angle, because then if I can remove from like here, then I wouldn't have to get it as far, the light as far in the hole. So it might just work. So with cutting it off, I was now able to get this image, and I'm relatively confident that that is a 1 rather than a 7, because a 7 would be a bit more of an angle or like flat, but that you can definitely see like a bit of an arch and then it going down. So for level reference, that's an 8. So this here is flat. So if it was a 7, it would be something like that, but this here is going up and then down like that. So might be a 1, and that's where I'm writing there. But I'm asking him to give a look over of these 3 images here, but it definitely seems like a 1 in the images here. This one here did not help much, but once I was able to cut it off a whole bunch there, then I was able to do that. And then I went to image editor thing, and then just went to the light levels and just adjusted it a whole bunch so that the stuff looked a little bit better. And also, on a side note, you can make the images look really weird, because I went to adjust light levels, and then was it gamma down to the bottom, it adds that, and then shadows makes it like that. So it's kind of like the void if you try screaming into it or something. Then just a update on the variants again. So it's oh yeah, it's already February 12th, so yeah, I have 3 days to finish with which ones is it again? Let me find the page here. So I've got to finish these ones here in the next 3 days. So tomorrow, once everything's shipped out, I'll probably try to just focus on that and get that done. But then so frosted bricks being merged, confirmed now. Smooth being merged. The connections between the studs are not being merged, and so that's a bit surprising, because I think that's the one that like pretty much no one said anything about, which is incredibly interesting. But they are not merging those, so something not getting merged, I'll take that as a win. Then sprue marks is being merged, but that one, I know some people are against it, but it's been, both versions have been in production for a very, very long time. Well, I mean, it was out of production, but then it was brought back into production. So modern sets have both with and without sprues, so it's interesting for that. And then the good news is the torsos are not being merged. They're placing a moratorium on any new torsos for that, though, but I think most, not all of them, but most of them are already separated. And then recently Axiday, I'm not sure if they're through yet or if they weren't able to get through before this, but Axiday was working on several more of those, so then that might have been finishing up any of the remaining ones, so that should be good. So we are not going to have the classic space torsos merged, which is the one thing that is probably the greatest news of this thing here. Inside supports, they are not merging the Type C for now. And then also that's for the Technic axle hole thing. And then they're also merging 772, which I just looked up. Let me check it again, as I think it doesn't exist, even though it wasn't on the original list, but it's in 5 sets. But as he said, it might not exist. So I honestly have no opinion on that in the slightest. Teeth are being merged, and despite what everyone was saying, it was actually a bit of a surprise, but the 7 and 5 teeth have the same number of rotations, which is interesting. I mean, I'd still prefer if they were separated, but at least there isn't a functional difference. It's just more of like a cosmetic one, but that was quite a surprise, because you'd think 7 teeth and 5 teeth, it doesn't go together, but it does somehow. I honestly, yeah, I'm a little bit confused on that still. Duplo is normal, still being merged. The blocked invented is, and they're working on updating the stuff for that. And then so I was able to get these things done here for that. That one was very difficult, and have all of these left, which I probably realistically Can't do today, but I'm going to try to because that one took a bit longer than expected. But if I can get through these ones fast, might be able to finish this all up tonight, even though it'll probably take a while. I did not pull any orders tonight, though, so tomorrow I'm going to have to pull all the orders in the morning before I ship them out in the afternoon. So that might take a little while, but yeah, see how much of this I can get done. It's now 11:20, but I finally just finished with all of them. So then this one here is the very first one, which I think I showed already. Then there was this one here for the dinosaurs with all of that fun stuff. Then there was this one here for the giraffes. I don't know why I said giraffes almost. Then so there's that one. And then after that was the lions, or the leopards, I mean. And so there's that. And then after that was the lions there for all of that fun stuff. And then after that was the trailer thing. And although it might seem like this one here would be visible, when it's like this, I thought that for a second, but then when I reassembled it in here, I realized that the wheel kind of covers it, so you can't really see it at all. But yeah, then that is finally all done, so I can finally call it a day now. But yeah, then I'm just going to keep the parts on the side here, just until the requests are all completed, just in case they need anything or I mess something up. Yeah, hopefully they can go through. The first few have already all been done from before I took a whole bunch of the stuff to the garage. So yeah, we'll see how long it takes for the other ones, but hopefully it's not too long. But it can be a bit confusing, so it might be a little while. Yogurt time. So I can't remember if I was talking to myself or if this was in a clip I recorded a couple clips ago or something, maybe even in the previous vlog, I don't know. But then once we're done with all of the backlog over there, we won't really have a need for this sorting table. So what I was thinking is then what we could do is these two shelving units that currently go into the center of the room, we could bring them against that wall there to create like an enclosed area here, or not an enclosed, a open area or something like that, but then have those against the wall, adjust everything as needed and stuff like that. And then what we could do after that is we could take that table, and then since we would have a very large open area in the center here, we could then take that table and put it in the center here, and then that could be used for, like, for example, for more situations like all the Duplo stuff that I'll be listing on eBay. What I could have done if it was already set up like that is then put it on the table here, and then that would be a perfect open space. There'd be a nice backdrop with all the boxes and stuff like that, because if you're taking a photo on the table and then you see a few numbered boxes in the background, no one will assume that that's something part of it, but it would just be a nice backdrop, considering it's all Lego, and it would be for photos of Lego and stuff like that. So that might be a good option. And then I think it would be pretty nice and helpful to have a table in the center, because then for parting out stuff, or if I have a project that needs something for Lego or for the store or something like that, that would be a really nice open space for it, because I mean, we could technically keep it like this, but it's a bit difficult to access with half the table, well, like quarter of the table being in the corner over there and everything like that. So it might be an option to bring that out, push that against the wall, and it might really open up the room a whole bunch. Just sold a Paz Vizsla, so it's nice when the minifigures from the prior year's part outs start to sell after held on to them for a year. So this is one of the ones that I sold several of during its peak a couple months back when it was like super popular for like $60 each, or was it 50? I don't know, but yeah, then I lowered the price now since the hype has fallen down a little bit, and then that's first one sold of them now. Also just sold the couple of the garage doors that listed a little while ago. So two of the red ones are $11 each, and the black one for $10.50. So it's nice that those are sold. So yeah, just it's always nice when Maersk parts sell, so it's always handy to have a small color chart. I don't really have an advanced one, but I do have this one small one just for Maersk. So yeah, just standard blue, medium blue, Maersk blue, and medium azure. So I just wanted to confirm before sending the stuff out that it is indeed Maersk blue, and in the camera it almost looks like it's just sun damaged medium azure or medium blue, but it's definitely Maersk blue, because I know I had the set that it was originally from. But yeah, it's just and also, I mean, in real life it's not as weirdly colored as it is in the video, but it's always nice to sell Maersk blue. For reference, these are the prices it sold at. So just got the first of the Duplo auctions started. So it's this one here. It's for the Dora the Explorer set, starting at just 99 cents, because I took photos of it. See if some of them will load, like this one here. It's not loading for some reason. There we go. It's a lot of the parts are just in rough condition and stuff like that, but since it's a relatively rare set, I did separate it out. So yeah, just starting at 99 cents, see what happens. It's missing a couple of parts, and then I added just the one as a replacement, because if someone's buying this, they might just buy it for their kid, and that's not too worried about being exact and stuff like that. But then it's all just described there. So yeah, we'll see if anything happens with that. But since I didn't have time to list it yesterday, this auction won't end until next week. So there is that. And so then I'll put this stuff away, put it in a box, put it somewhere, and then after that, try to get this auction here started. And this here is gonna be the rest of it all in one auction. All of the parts have been processed and everything like that can be. All of the figures have dimensions, and so yeah, we'll work on this one next. So the second Duplo lot is now ready. Yeah, just going to probably put it back in this box for now. Not sure how I'll be able to ship it if it sells, but we'll see. I don't expect either of these Duplo things to go for much. This one here is 7 pounds. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't really go above 15 bucks or something. And for the Dora one, probably under $10. I'm not expecting much, but just want it out of here. Better than just throwing it out or anything like that. This way someone else can use it. See what it goes for. Not sure why I said it's better than throwing it out, because I probably would not be throwing it out if I wasn't selling it. I'd find something else to do with it. But this way it's not taking up space. That might have been a better way to phrase it. Yeah, then it's there. And then with both of them still have the same description about how it's damaged stuff. And that should just generally be accepted for this specific lot, because just a lot of it is. And then just photos with it in the bucket and then without, just to get the different weights. About 7 pounds 25, it's like 7.44, but I just did 7.25 because yeah, it's like 16 ounces in a pound, so 4 is about that, so just went with that. So yeah, then back to trying to archive a few more pages. The iconic shield thing that is in pretty much every single Lego lot that exists, and so that's, I don't know why, it's just in like pretty much every single one. I have gotten so many copies of that shield, and it's just everywhere. So yeah, this here is just some more photos from the guy that got the 17 pounds of minifigures from, and also working on the 20-pound one. Might have $2,000 as a deal for that. So there is that. Then gonna have to figure that out. Just need to, like, I'm waiting for 1 or 2 things to go through, and then I should have enough for that. And so yeah, then we should be able to get that. Then might get some bricks from him. Not sure, it'll be entirely dependent on the price. He said he's got 200 pounds of bricks, so we will have to see. Presumably there's no minifigures in any of this stuff. There's a few parts from some of them possibly, and then there's things like this shield here, which, let's just look it up. Falcon shield, if I can spell it, hopefully. Okay, there we go. And so that is the blue border, not the yellow border. And so that one is in light gray. Well, light bluish gray in the re-release, but light gray is $5 for that. And the yellow one's worth a bunch more, I'm pretty sure. Or it's not, I guess. I thought the yellow one was worth more, but apparently not. So then there's that. And the modern one has a lot lower value, yeah, then just gonna see if anything happens with this stuff here. Oh, and there's the front of the shield, so there's 2 of those shields in here, one here and one here. So yeah, those things are just everywhere for some reason, but see what happens, I guess. Yoga time. So yeah, then didn't get to a deal on the 200 pounds of bulk bricks, but that's fine. It's just gonna leave that for now. But we are at a deal for the 20 pounds of minifigures. So he's just trying to figure out what day works best for him to drop by on that. And I've got all of the stuff ready on my end. So then potentially, today's Wednesday, so that means that the next the time that works, it might be the next vlog probably. Should be able to see some of that, so that'll be exciting. Then probably a couple more days or week or two or so till I can get the lots that I got from the States package shipped here. There is one auction of the 5 pound stuff that's a decent one that's ending soon, but because I'm going for the 20 pound lot, I can't also go for that 5 pound lot at the same time. So unfortunately, I am going to have to pass on that one, and it is one that looks somewhat interesting, but I'd rather go for the 20 pound lot because it'll be about half the price, give or take, all things considered, because 5 pounds, well, after tax and stuff like that, goes for like $9.50, but then after tax and stuff, it's like around the $800 mark. But then for this one, it's 20 pounds. Well, if you exclude the container weight, about 20 pounds, then minus, divided by the $2,000, that's $100 a pound, which is compared to the other one's like 150 ish a pound. So it's not quite 2 times cheaper, but it's a better deal for the other one. So I'm gonna go with the other one for now. And then I can always get the next one. So then there's that. So maybe might be able to get another one from them sometime soon, but I haven't won the last few from them. But then yeah, then today I finally finished with all the Duplo stuff, and a whole bunch of that stuff is finally having the different number things added. So for example, like the notes here and all the alternate numbers and stuff like that. So all that is there now. So then today, probably going to be starting on the brick store list for the parts that I have to get together for I think the name is Frostbite, the username. And then so gotta work on that list there slowly and stuff like that. So that'll probably start today. Then that'll take a little while because it's all different things and all different stuff. And then yeah, lots of work to do. So yeah, this is the end of the vlog. Thank you for watching about this far. Today is a Wednesday, so the next vlog should be out on Saturday. And hopefully we can get rid of these parts soon, because hopefully the last several requests should be done sooner than later. And then just a quick side note, the pig there, he did add the number as a 1, so we both agree that it's a 1, not a 7 on that.